I'm mobile today, and I've got the chance to visit one of my favorite churches, Maryland Community Church in Terre Haute, Indiana. If you listen to our podcast, you've heard Pastor Scott Longyear refer to this as Paradise, and it's all that and more. This church is awesome, and I'm excited today to talk to Paul Bamberg about church production and how that relates to serving the mission and the ministries of your church, and also how Netgear can help you with seamless connectivity across all of your locations and all the different spots in your building. Come along. So I'm at Maryland Community Church in Paradise, Terre Haute, Indiana, and I'm here with Paul Bamberg, who is the Technical Production Director at Maryland. Paul, thanks for taking the time.
Appreciate it.
So tell me, how long have you been at Maryland?
I've been at the church since 2008, and then I came on staff 11 years ago.
Wow, 11 years. 11 years with Scott Longyear.
A long time.
As the senior
It's
pastor,
actually
right?
very rare for anybody in production to be past 5 years, so yeah.
Yeah, it is.
I feel
It
like
sure
an
is.
anomaly.
Well, this church is really, really near and dear to my heart, as is Paul and our Scott and so many other staff members. Kim and I have had a chance to lead here. It's an unbelievable church, and you guys are crushing it in worship. So
Appreciate
thanks
it.
for what you're doing.
Yeah.
I know in large part what you do is behind the scenes, so thank you on behalf of the worshiping church. You make so many things go behind the scenes, so thank you.
I appreciate it.
Well, we want to talk a little bit about Netgear AV Switches.
Yep.
So you guys are using currently Netgear AV Switches, and you're the person who put those in. Is that right?
Yes, for production, yeah.
Yeah.
We also have a different IT guy for the organization.
Gotcha.
But yeah, for production, we do prefer the Netgear.
Gotcha. And how many are you using?
I'd probably say across the different ministries, I probably have 10 to 12.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. And do you know which models you're using?
Currently, I typically get the GS 324P.
Okay.
It's a 24 port PoE injected.
Gotcha.
Simple unmanaged router.
So, okay, pretend like you're talking to me, a guy that you know doesn't really know a lot. So for somebody watching who they're like, what is an AV switch and why do we need one?
Yeah.
What's it doing for you?
Well, for me, primarily, I use it for networking audio. So most of our sound and stuff like that is done through no longer the copper wires. We're all going through Ethernet cables and over the network, which has made our life much simpler, but in some ways more complicated because you now need a switch to be able to connect everything together and have it talk to each other, transmit data back and forth.
Gotcha.
So for instance, my soundboard is connected to my stage boxes backstage through Ethernet. And then if you're using any type of plugins like waves processing, things like that, it's all got to be not only talking to each other, but synced up and in time. So we use them primarily for the Dante network because we don't have to, unless you're really an IT specialist, most of us are going to use unmanaged switches so that they just kind of do their thing and we can set it and forget it.
Yeah, wow. So were you replacing older gear or were you noticing an issue that sent you searching for the Netgear switches?
Yes, and both, I guess you could say. I have replaced some old gear. I've also done some trial and error with other brands, and I've just kind of settled on some of the Netgear products for several particular reasons.
Gotcha.
So.
Was it an easy install?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's really just put it in, plug it in, and most of the time it just works.
Yeah, you don't really have to mess with it.
Now, if you have to mess with it, you've done something wrong.
Set it and forget it, right? So what have you noticed in the performance of the Netgear switches since you put them in?
Nothing, which is the good thing.
Right.
I don't want to notice it. Honestly, you just kind of want to put it in, let it work, and move on. There's not any configuration that I've had to do. And in production, we want things that are black. We want things that can be rack mounted.
That's right.
So that everything looks kind of similar and sleek and back in the racks. And so Netgear offers me that, plenty of ports, and not for a very high of a price tag.
Yeah,
So
yeah, man, that's one of the common themes I've heard as I'm traveling around and talking to people about Netgear, is that you really don't have, there's not a lot of management to it, which is probably, to a guy in your role, you're like,
I got enough to manage.
Hallelujah, you got so many other things to manage.
And I haven't had one fail yet, so I've never had to replace one, never had to service one, never had any issues. So
that's awesome.
Fingers crossed. We'll just keep going.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So if you were talking, and I'm sure you are talking to somebody who's like, man, I need a switch. I just don't, do I go with Netgear or do I go with another? I mean, you've certainly made a compelling case for it. There's really no maintenance. There's no management. You kind of set it and forget it. What would you say to one of those people who's watching if they're trying to make the choice?
Yeah, I would say Netgear's where you go. There are, higher end pieces out there, but you may not have the expertise to be able to use any of those functions. So if you just need something that's reliable, looks good, works, and will, do primarily what you need it to do, can't go wrong.
Yeah, my wife says all of that about me, except for the looks good part.
Well, you married up like all of us.
I did marry up. I married out of my league. Well, man, Paul, thanks for so much for what you do for the kingdom. Thanks for what you're doing here at Maryland.
Appreciate it.
And for you, hit the link in our bio, and you can discover all of the great things that Netgear can do for your AV systems. Set it and forget it, right? Reliable.
Worship, no probs.
Worship, no probs. I like it. Hit the link in our bio to discover more. All right, here we go.
So we're looking this way?
We're looking that way.
Not at each other?
We can do both.
Okay.
Yeah, we a little bit of both.
All right.
One take. And let's make sure the camera guy didn't do something